Hey together, and the Black Dragon's back, and welcome all of you to Random Sundays SCP-087. So, a lot of you might not know this, because it's been quite some time, but I actually played SCP-087-B years ago on my, YouTube channel, back when it was still in German. I didn't play this game, and yeah, I played a little bit of it, and there is some story behind this SCP, just like there is behind every other SCP. There is something like, it's a stairwell, as you can see. It's very... now I can hear stuff. That sounds quite creepy. So, you can hear screams in this SCP occasionally, and they always sound like they're, I think they said like 2 stairways or something below you. No matter how far you go down, there will always be 2 stairways below you. And your flashlight, no matter how strong it is or how good it worked outside, it will always just illuminate a specific amount in front of you. I don't know how the exact measurements anymore, but yeah, it was quite creepy actually. It just keeps on going. There is no end to it, so we can just go down, and eventually, someday, we will find out what's down there. And we'll find out what's down there, I mean, we will find our death, because there's nothing else to find down here. So let's go down and see if there is something happening anytime soon. It's a little stuttery, but I guess that's okay. It's also strange because you can't see the mouse, but the mouse goes outside of the screen, what is a little bit annoying, but the good thing is that you don't have to press anything in the game, as far as I know at least, so that's okay. But it's also moving, the sensitivity is super high, so I actually turned down my mouse sensitivity so that the screen won't fly around all over the place. Let's go down. It's really stuttering a lot, and I don't know why, because my laptop's a beast actually. It should be able to handle that with no problems. Especially seeing that this game is kinda old by now. You can very faintly hear something in the background. Something that sounds a little bit like static or like wind rustling in from somewhere. Like, if I stay still. You hear that? I probably turned it up for you, but yeah, there's something. Huh. But still nothing to see. Nothing that jumped out at us. Oh yeah, you also can see a face flying at you occasionally or something like that. I don't know, I'm maybe gonna link to this SCP in the description down below so that you can actually read what it says about that SCP, because I actually kinda like it and it sounds interesting. Huh. So far, nothing has happened though. Just static sounds, still laggy, even turned down the quality, but still laggy, so it's not my PC, it's the actual game that's lagging so much. And at least feels good for me, because I would be concerned if this would be my laptop. But no, it's the actual game that's that laggy. I have the feeling it's getting louder. Either that, or I'm listening closer to it. And if that's the case, I don't really care for that too much. Huh. Well, if I would be the person going down there in real life, I would start to get nervous at this point around. Because I don't have the feeling that there's somewhat of a safety net for me to fall back on. I go down there, I'll die, I'll go insane. Or both. Go insane first, then die. I actually don't know if there's something like an end to this game. But I guess we'll kind of find that out, because if we get lucky, we will find an end. And if we don't, we don't. Yeah, there are definitely some drops in the background. Yeah, interesting. I think they are new. Either that, I didn't pay attention to them at first. But they are definitely drops. It's kind of freaking me out that I just now realized that there are drops in the background. Now there's rustling in the background. They really make you paranoid with the sounds. I really wondered if when you go back up there, which I'm not gonna try because I went so far back down I wouldn't even know if I would go somewhere. But I wonder, if you go back up, could you reach the door again that you entered, or once you are down the first step, the first staircase, is it the same upwards that it's just never ending? Come on, get over there. Or can you... Okay, it just got brighter, didn't it? Something changed there. Either that or the game is really messing with me, I don't know. Those are things that I have to look at later. But yeah, I really wonder if when you go down one staircase, or like two staircases, if you go back up, if you can reach the door again, or if you have the same thing going up, like it's never ending and you're just stuck in this like purgatory like thing. That's something that I would be interested in knowing. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about things. I really want to know how far I'm down, but there's no way of knowing for me. Maybe I'm gonna count the stairwells for you while editing. So like this would be one, and this would be a second one. I don't know if they would be counted like that, but maybe I'm gonna count it for you so that you have some way of knowing how deep down we are at this moment. Because I would be interested in how far I made it. So maybe I will have something up in the corner, like up in the right corner, so for you to know that. If you're quiet while playing this, the breathing of your character really gets disturbing after a while. I don't know if I feel too good about everything here. Also, I always see in the background that my mouse is on something that it wants to click, and I feel like, okay, there was some change right there. There was some change. You must have seen that as well, like something just happened there. That was unsettling, because that... Don't know what that indicates. Maybe that indicates like I've reached some big floor? I don't know. Maybe that just shows me that the end is nay. Okay, gonna jump in here really quick. I feel like everything around me gets more and more decrepit. Like the walls look more like there's stuff all over them. The floor looks even more broken. But again, this could just be something that the game does and everything looks exactly the same, and because you spend so much time inside of this always identically looking environment, you pay more attention to detail and realize how decrepit everything looks. I don't know. Either way, it's really good for something, let's say, for something that's simple, with that simple of a premise. This is actually... Oh, there was something again. It felt weird. This time I had like, okay, there is it again. Something's bound to happen, because it happens. It happened twice in a row there, and my body feels like static, jolt running through it, because that was new. But we're just gonna keep on going down. Wonder how deep we are down. And that it's stuttering like this is quite unnerving. But this kinda just sells to the idea of this game being so simple and... Stop it, please. And still making me that freaking nervous. Okay, there was that shadow again. And it's definitely the shadow of something like humanoid that comes towards me. I don't know if it's supposed to be the shadow of the character that you play and it's just glitching out on me, but it's still freaking disturbing for me, because I don't know what it is. It also could be that this is just some minor glitch of the game that the developers decided to leave in because it just adds to the disturbing nature of the game. But other than that, since I started to go down here, nothing else has really occurred. I didn't hear a scream anymore or something. And that was the first time in a long while that the shadow popped up, so... And I'm going down here now for like 20 minutes or so. Don't know if something will happen. It also kind of feels like the railings are starting to get higher. I don't know. Again, this is something the game may or may not do intentionally, or my brain just does, because I'm going through this so often. I heard footsteps behind me, I feel like. And something just changed, definitely. Okay, something changed. You saw that. It just jumped. And yeah, I'm right, the railings were bigger. And now they are back to waist height. And there's the shadow again. That still makes me uncomfortable. Beat. There was a beat. Doesn't feel good to hear that. About the rest I'm still unsure, but... No, actually, I was right. Everything looked more decrepit. This is going down. I feel rather uneasy now that I know that I was right about my assumptions. And big black shadow this time. That was definitely not the silhouette of a man. Or person. Well, we have the breath of a man, so I could say. Can't say a man. Don't get stuck on the corners there again. So that was something big and round that waved towards me there. So by now I'm pretty sure that all my assumptions got like... not reassured. What's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. But yeah, the railings start getting higher, the floors start looking more decrepit. And there is some weird shadow every now and then floating towards me. But... other than that, I did not see anything happen so far. Okay, I wanna jump in here quickly and wanna say the railings are back to my head level. So they are not at my waist level again, so they're back up rather high. So that means I'm assuming that any moment now they're gonna jump back and I'm essentially gonna just loop because I think there is a moment where I just jumps back and I'm gonna loop from all the way back up again. And once that jump happens, I'm gonna turn around and see if I... Did it just jump? It just jumped. Okay. Now let's... Oh, interesting. You can't go back up. Very interesting. So we can't just loop down. But we just jumped back to the waist high railings. So what I'm assuming is... Yeah, we cannot go up. So that's at least good to know. What I'm assuming is that the game just loops at a certain point, and I don't know if anything else is going to happen. And my problem is I only have 15 minutes left on my camera to find something or other that happens. So let's see if I can find something in this 15 minutes. And then I was basically running around this for like 45 minutes or so. Ah, I heard air whistling. That is new. After like, I don't know, half an hour or so, finally something new. But will this change something? Will something big happen before I have to end this video? Or not? I really would like it if there would something happen. Hi, you're not creepy at all. And the game just turned off. Okay. Well, that's it then, I guess. Okay, that was a bit underwhelming. I mean, the build-up and all is really good. I like it just looping down all the way and seeing that things change, but because you spend so much time just doing the same thing, you're not sure, is it your mind that just plays trick on you, or is it actually the game that changes? That is a really cool feature. I mean, after a certain time you can catch on to it, especially if something changes back to another way and you see that there is a really obvious change and it's not changing back like as subtle as it changed into the one thing. So for that, I really like the concept of the game, and I know the game is super old by now, but that doesn't make it any less strong for me. The experience still was great, and the sounds in the background and the nuances and everything, it's really good, so I enjoyed it. The only thing that I have a problem with was the end there. There was just this figure standing there, and I mean, I could have turned around. I don't know if this would have changed something or not. But as I got closer, it just made whoop, and that's it. So maybe could have done a bit more with that, I guess. But other than that, I really had a fun time with it. The tension and everything, once the shadows started flashing themselves towards me, punching my mic and everything. No, this is really cool. If you never played the game, play it for yourself. Have a nice experience. Even if you know the game, I think it will still be a great and strong experience for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment down below. I really would appreciate that. And hope to see all of you to whatever game I'm gonna play on my next random Sunday. So bye!